One major thing that troubles a lot of business owners and marketers is how can I actually create content consistently that provide value and also relevant to my target audience. If you have ever thought about this, then keep watching, because in this particular video, I'm going to show you how to create a content calendar so you can stay consistent and also save some time with your content creation. I'll show you how to plan yourself, organize your content so you can actually publish content consistently without burning out. It's Eunice here. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and want to learn how to get more customers, make more sales, and grow your business using social media platforms and other sales and marketing strategies, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and enable your notifications so you don't miss out on any video I post on this channel. Now, creating content is not an easy feat, right? Especially if you are the business owner that is handling other aspects of your business and even the one creating content for your business. Sometimes you can feel overwhelmed, right? And you can even burn out just because you are creating content consistently. Now, how can I actually avoid getting burnout even if you are the one creating your content by yourself, so you can publish content consistently? That's why in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a content calendar that will help you out, to be able to create content consistently without burning out and still have time for other aspects of your business. So what is a content calendar? So content calendar is just simply an overview of your upcoming social media posts, right? Organized by dates. Your content calendar can take many forms, right? You can use your Google Sheet to create the content calendar. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do that in this particular video. I'll show you how to actually use Google Sheet to create your content calendar. Something like Asana can actually help you to do that, right? There are different tools out there, Notion, Trello, a lot of tools that can actually help you to create an effective content calendar. But in this particular video, I'm going to be showing you how to use two, right? And they are free to use. So I'm going to be showing you how to use Google Sheet to create your content calendar, and also how to use Asana, which I actually use and I love it. I'm going to also show you how to actually use it to create your content calendar. So make sure you watch this video to the end so you don't miss out on any of those important tips I'm going to be revealing to you right now in this particular video. Now, when it comes to creating a content calendar, you need to decide on what kind of content to create. And there are many, content creation marketing strategies out there that can actually help you to determine the content mix you should be using when creating your content calendar. Now, the first one I love so much, and that can actually help you to balance things so that your audience will not feel as if you are just being so salesy with your content, is what is called social media rule of third. Now, let me explain what this actually means. It means that 1/3 of your content should promote your products. Like, you should focus on driving sales and conversions for your business. Just 1/3 of your content. Now, the next 1/3 of your content can share curated content from other industry leaders or from any other source, right? Now, the next 1/3 of your social media posts should not involve personal interactions with your followers. That way, you are able to get a balanced content mix, and then your audience can actually flow more with you and connect more with you. Now, the next kind of rules that actually guide me when creating my content is the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rules. So for 80% of my content, I inform, educate, and even entertain my audience, right? And then I just use 20% of my content to drive sales and conversions for my business, right? So that is another principle that actually guides me. I can actually apply that also into your content strategy. Now, I need you to understand these other important points. If you are just a small business owner that is creating content for your brand, you can just have a simple content calendar, right? It must not be complex. And if you are a big brand and you have, a full team, a full social media team, you can decide to have a more complex, content calendar. So everybody's content calendar is different. It depends on what you actually want to have on your content calendar. So it's just different. There's no one size fits all for any content calendar. Just choose the one that works for you, create the one that works for you, and you'll be good to go, right? So when creating your content calendar, just simply start with the basics, like the dates, right? The content idea or the title of your content, right? Or the topic. Then your content type, right? Your content format, if you want it to be real or you want it to be, video or infographics or, quotes or personal photos and all that. Your content format should be there, right? You should have a column for that. And then you can actually have links to your external resources. Like if you have any resources you want to use for it, you can have links to those external resources, right? And then your content calendar should actually have links to your published posts, right? That can help you when you're trying to track your results and know what's performing well and what's not performing well. It can help you to easily access that particular content. So there's no one size fits all for creating a content calendar. Just go with what works for you and focus on that. So you might even want to add more advanced info, like the goal of the content. Maybe you want to use it to drive sales for your product or services, or maybe you want to use it to drive more engagement. Like, you can just have a column for putting the goals of your content. Now, another important point you should consider is this: why should you actually have a content calendar? The first reason why you should have a content calendar is because it helps you to stay organized, right, and save time. Anytime you want to post, you start thinking, okay, what am I going to create today? What am I going to create today? And you'll be wasting a lot of time. But if you have a content calendar, it will just guide you on what to post at each point in time. And another point is that it makes it easier to post consistently. Very, very important. I know that consistency is very important if you really want to build your business or brand online, right? Consistency is very, very important, and you have to take it very seriously. So these are the reasons why you should actually have a content calendar. Now, when it comes to creating content calendar, another very important point you need to consider when you're creating your content calendar is to make sure that you first of all put in different holidays and dates. Before you even start adding any topic, right, it's important to check different holidays. Make sure that you take note of those important dates. Like, for example, you have the Easter, right, the date for Easter, so you can create a themed post for that particular day. So that will help you out. So you mark out those different dates, right? You have Easter, you put the themed post, right? You have Good Friday, themed post, like Christmas time, Black Friday. Like, you put all those different content for those holidays and special events and all that. That will guide you when creating your content calendar, because that will now make you to understand the kind of topics you should be using at each point in time. Very, very important. Now, let's now move over to my screen. Let me now show you how to actually create your content calendar, right? I'm going to show you two methods on how you can actually create your content calendar for free. I'll show you how to use your Google Sheet to create your content calendar, and also how to use another tool, right? I actually use Asana. I'll show you how to use the tool to create your content calendar. So let's move over to my screen. Let me now show you how to actually do that. Now, I'm going to show you how to create your content calendar using two free tools, right? Now, the first one is Google Sheets. I'm going to show you how to use Google Sheets to create your content calendar. I'll walk you through all the steps you need to follow to be able to create a content calendar using Google Sheets. So you basically go to your Google Chrome, and then under Google Apps, scroll down and select Google Sheets, right? Once you just select the Google Sheet, it will just open. Now, this is just a sample content calendar. I just want to use it to show you how to create a content calendar for your business. Before I continue, I would like to state this very important point. Like, your content calendar is unique to you, is unique to your business, right? So there's no one size fits all for creating a content calendar. You just create whatever you feel that works for you. You know the kind of business you are into, you know the kind of things that you need, you know what you are measuring and all that. That is just what will guide you to create your content calendar. Though there are just some basics that are supposed to be there, but your content calendar overall is just something that is unique to your business. So I just want to make it clear to you. So you not say, this person's content calendar is more advanced than my own or something of that nature. No, just go with what works for you and then move on from there. Now, the first step you need to take is just for you to start adding in what you want to be in your content calendar, right? For example, you want dates to be in your content calendar. So we'll start by adding dates. So you add dates, and then you go to the next column. I think you want to know the platform you want to post your content, right? So let me just add platform. So let me add platform. Now, the next one should be the content type, because you want to know the type of content you want to create, isn't it? So let me add content type. Content type. Now, the next one should be, okay, let's say topic, because you want to put your topic. Then the content format, right? Especially if you use Instagram a lot, so you need your content format. Content format. Now, the next one should be the purpose of your content, right? Because you should have a purpose for creating your content, right? Don't just create content blindly. So let me just write it purpose, or content purpose. But let me just write it purpose. I already understand. Now, the next one should be, your content status, because you want to know if you publish the content or not, right? So let me just type content status, and then I can put the link to the post, right? Let me put it here. So let me just type link. So let me just leave it like this. But just put in whatever you feel that is important for your business, right? That's why I told you that everybody have unique, content calendars depending on what you actually want to measure in your business, and you want, what you want for your business, right? So these are the ones I'm going to be using here for just this, example. There can be more. You can put more things, but this is exactly what I'm going to be using now. So now for the date, you have to select the date. Like, that ordinary, you can decide to come here and be typing the date, which will take you a lot of time. There's a better way to do that so that you can just easily select the date. So what you're going to do is this. You just select the cell you want to use, right? And then you just select the whole column. So you tap on it to select the whole column, and then you will now right click. Scroll down to data validation. So when you select data validation, they will ask you to add your rule. So you click on add rule. Now when you click on add rule, under criteria, I'll just click on that drop down, and then I'll go to dates. Is valid date. So I'll select is valid date. Now when I select it, I'm now going to click on done. Now let me now show you what I mean. I've selected the first, which is what date is valid, because I want to be selecting the right date, right? Now you see what will happen now. So when I come over to date and then I'll select the cell, right? You will see that the dates will come up for me. The calendar will come up. Click on the date to select the right date. And then you go over to the next one, select it to select the next date, right? And that's how you keep adding dates to your calendar. So just select the cell and then select the next date, select the cell, select the next date. And that's how you keep adding dates to your calendar, right? And the next thing you're not going to do is for you to select the platform. So if you have an online presence in different social media platforms, you can just select it here, right? Now to do that and to make it very much easier for you, you're going to put it in a list form, right? Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do that. So I'm going to create another sheet. So let me just open another sheet, and I can call that sheet, let me call the sheet, let me just call it sample sheet. So let me just call it sample, right? And then let's now add what we want to be under platform. So let me write platform, then it can be Instagram, then maybe Facebook, then let's say you're active on TikTok, and then let's choose YouTube, and then Twitter. Let's just stop there, right? So let's say you're active on all these platforms and you want to create your content calendar and make sure that you have content for each of the platform. So what we're going to do is, let's go back to that same sheet again. So under the platform, you want to select the right platform, right? You want to post that particular content on. So what we're going to do now is you select the whole cell, then right click again, go over to data validation. So add rule, select add rule. So under criteria, we're going to select drop down from a range. So we're going to select it. So after you select the drop down from a range, right, you will now select this particular place. Just click on this particular place, then go over to that place I called sample sheet. It will now ask you to select a date range, right? So just tap on that place you want to use. All you do is your options, your list, and then select all of them. Then click on OK. Now when you click on OK, you will now click on done. When you now come over to this place, you now see that you have different lists for you to pick from. So let me just click on it. You see you can select either Instagram, right, or Facebook, or TikTok, or YouTube. So depending on what you want, right, so you can see that you can select each of them. That way you not keep typing in the platform you want to use. Now for your content type, you have photos, you have videos, you have articles, right, you have audio. So you want to be able to have a list of all these content types so you can easily select the right content type you want to use. We are still going to do the same thing, right? But we are going to still, first of all, go to that place I call the sample page, and then we'll type it out first. So let me type it out first. Content type. And then under it, we have videos, we have audio, we have photo, we have article. we have article, right? So we've typed out the content type. So we're now going to go back again to the Google Sheet, right? Go back to it again, and then you now select the particular cell and then select the whole column. Then right click again, scroll down to data validation, right? And then click on add rule. Under criteria, we're going to select drop down from a range, right? And then you select this particular place, select data range, click on it, and then you go over to that sample sheet I talked about. Then under this place, I'm going to now select every single thing here. Under my content type, I'm going to select everything. Then I'll click on OK. Now, when I click on OK, you see all of them are here. And I'll now click on Done. So let's now go over to our sheet. Can you see that everything is now here? If I should select it, I'll be able to pick from the options that are here. If you want it to be a video, you can just select it. If you want it to be a photo, you can select it. If you want it to be an article, just select it. That's why you're going to keep, selecting what you want from the list. Instead of you to just be typing it out one by one, right? It will make your work very much easier. Now, the next thing you're going to do is for you to write out your topic. So you know your topic already. So I won't be the one to tell you your topic. But then let me just type something here. Okay, let me just get any topic. Let me just type Facebook ads tips. Just for me to show you how to do that, right? And then I'm going to hold it here, shift it a little bit so I can capture everything, right? So Facebook ads tips. So you just put in your topics, right? Now, the next one is now your content format. So what I mean by content format is, for example, if you are very active on Instagram, you have different content formats. You have your Instagram Live, Instagram Reels, right? Your carousel, your photo, all those things, single post and all that. So that's what I'm going to be looking at now. So I'll still go back to that's my other sample, sheet. I'll go and type it out first. So just type it, content format. Then I'll type Reels. Then I'll type, photo. Then I'll type IG Live. Then IG Stories. IG Stories. Okay, let's just stop here, right? Let me just leave it at this place. So we'll still go back again to our content calendar we are creating, right? And then we'll now select the content format. So under it, just select the cell under it. Then just select the whole column. Still right click and then scroll down to data validation, right? And then click on add rule. So when you click on add rule, just simply under the drop down, select drop down from a range. And then you now select date range. So you select it and then you still go back to that sample, sheet I created. So I'll just simply select everything from here. And then I'll just click on OK. Then I'll click on Done. So let me just go back to the content calendar we are creating so you can see what I mean. So you can see now I can now be able to select each of them from this range. So from this particular list, I can just select, maybe you want it to be Instagram Reels, you select it. And then maybe here you want this place to be Instagram too. And then you want it to be, Instagram Stories, right? That's how you just keep selecting it. And you can still expand it a little bit. So let me expand it a little bit. See, I can expand it so that it can contain everything. So I can just expand this one too. So let me expand it. See what I'm doing here? Just put your cursor on it and then expand it. Drag and drop to expand it. So the next thing is for you to now write the purpose of your content. It can be for engagement, it can be for you to sell your product, it can be for you to create awareness, right? So whatever it is a purpose. So you still go back again under sample, right? So I will just type purpose, and then I will just come over here and then type the purpose of the content, different content. It can be for me to spark engagement, so I'll write engagement. The next one can be for me to sell my product, right? So I'll just type sell. Then the next one can be for me to create awareness for the product, right? So I'll just type it. So whatever it is, you know the purpose of your post. So whatever it is, just put it here, right? And that is just it for purpose. So I'm going to go back again to the content calendar I'm creating. And then I will now select the cell and then come over here and just select the whole column. You can see that the data validation rule is already here. So I can just simply come over here and click on add rules, but assuming it is not here, I'll just simply do what? Right click and then scroll down again to data validation. But since it's here, I can just simply come over here and still click on add rule. So I'm just going to click on it, and then under criteria, I'll still select drop down from a range. So now you are going to select this. Make sure you select it first of all. Once you select it, you still go back again to this particular place I've been typing out my content, right? So I will now come here and select what I want to be under that range. So I'm going to select everything. Then I'll click on OK. And when you click on OK, you see that everything is now here. I'll now click on done. So that way, when I go back to the content calendar I'm creating, I'll be able to select the option from here, from the list that is here. So let me now show you. See it here. So the purpose can be for engagement, it can be for sale, it can be for awareness and all that of a new product and all that. Now I'm still going to expand it again. So let me expand it. A little bit. It's now okay. So that is where you keep creating your content calendar until you are through with creating it, right? Just try to expand it. If you have a long text, expand it and you are good to go. Now the next one is my content status. So for the content status, I can just decide to put a checkbox there. So I can just select checkbox. I can select it if I've published it or not. So I'll just select the first cell, right? Then I'll go over to insert, and then I'll scroll down to checkbox. So let me just select it, and then you can see that the checkbox is now here. So I'll just simply drag it downwards, put my cursor there and drag it downwards so that everything will come up there. Can you now see all of them are now here? So can you now see? So if I've published the post, I can just simply come here and then click on the checkbox to select it. That will now show me that I've actually published the post. Now, if you want to make your content calendar colorful, right? Maybe you want to use color coding to be able to make it colorful and attractive. For example, you want all your Instagram posts to be in purple color. Just simply select that cell, right? And then you just simply come over here to fill the color. So you can just select purple. Did you see what happened now? It's now purple. I've filled the background with purple color, so that whenever I see the purple color, I will just know that it's for Instagram. Let me now do another one. Let's say I want to, this Facebook ads, the topic, I want to like color code it with purple again. Just select it, come over here to fill the color. So let me fill it with purple. So that way you can just color code, different cells just to make it more attractive, right? And also to identify it faster. Increase the space, right? So it will look more attractive. So you can just put your cursor here and then drag it to increase the space. You see how it's looking? And then you increase the next one, right? Just keep increasing all of them. Did you see what I'm doing here? So just put your cursor there, drag and drop it to increase it. So once you finish increasing it, you see that it's looking more attractive and more beautiful. Look at what I'm doing here. Do you understand? Just drag it and then increase the space. You see how it's looking? It's now looking more attractive. So by the time you finish arranging it, it will look more attractive. And then you can still color code other places. You can decide to use red for your YouTube. Just simply select that particular cell and then come over to fill color and then choose red. Can you see how it's looking now? You can decide to use red color for all the YouTube content and all that. So that way you make your content calendar more interesting and more appealing to look at. Do you understand? So let's now go over to the next one, which is what? Asana. So you just simply go to asana.com to be able to create an account with the platform. So I'm just going to open my own, right? So this is my YouTube creation board where I prepare my content, my YouTube video scripts and all that, my tags and all that. I'm just going to, create a sample project to show you how to do that. So now when you create an account with it, right, you activate your account, they will send you an email. You now kind of confirm your email to be able to activate your account. So now I'm going to now create a new project from scratch just to show you how to use this particular tool. Now this is actually a paid tool, but it has a free version and you can actually use the free version and get a lot from it, right? I'm going to show you like a brief overview on how to use this particular tool, because it's a very powerful tool that can help you out. In fact, it can even increase your productivity if you know how to use it very well. Now, when you come over to Asana, like when you create an account with it, you're not going to see all these things that are here. These are my different projects I've created here. That's why you're seeing all these things that are here. So you just simply create a new project. I'm going to show you how to do that from scratch, because you're not going to spin everything that is here, because these are the ones I'm using. So just click on new projects on this plus icon here to create a new project. So you can either use a template, or you can use a spreadsheet, or you can import a spreadsheet and use it, or you can use a blank project. So basically, if you're just starting out with this particular tool, what you're going to be using is blank project. So I'm going to click on blank project, and then you put in your project name. So I'm just going to type sample project, because it's just a sample project for video. Let me just say sample project for YouTube video. So this is the project name. Just give it your project name, right? And then the privacy. Now you can actually collaborate with people on this particular project management tool. You can collaborate with your team members, right? So you can decide to make the particular project you are creating either private, or you can make it public to your company, because you can add somebody to help you and manage it. So if you have somebody that writes your content for you, you can actually add that person into this your project management tool, right? And the person will be able to log into your account and be able to use it. But then under the privacy, you can decide to make some things private. That means that only you can actually access it. And that is where this place comes in, under privacy. If you want only to be able to access it, just select private to me. But if you want it to be private to only your project members, so maybe you selected a few people to work with you on that particular project, just select private to project members, and you'll be able to add only those project members to this particular project, right? Or you can make it public to all the people in your team, for your company. So when you select public to my company, I'm going to leave it at public to my company for the meantime. Now the default view is under, you have the list view. You want it to appear as list. You have the board view. You have the calendar view. Basically, I love to go with board view. You can look at the preview here. This is the way it will look like if you select board view. If you select list view, it will look like this. If you select calendar view, it will look like calendar. Do you understand? So if you select timeline is actually for the paid version. So I'm going to be going with board view, because me, I love the board view. It makes things easier for me. So just click on continue, and then what do you want to do first? You want to start adding tags immediately. So I'm going to leave it as start adding tags. Then I'll click on go to project. So you can see now it has opened a new project for me, right? It has opened a new project for me. Now, this particular project, let me just give you an overview on how to use it. So you have the overview. When you add members to your projects, you want what they will see. Maybe you want to put some documents here. You can add some links. You can add some files. You put it here under overview. And then you can even give them rules on how you want the project to go about. This is where you do that, right? And then the list view is all those tags you added. So you want it to be in list form. It will be like this. But if you want it to be in board form, this is the one I like so much. You select this one. So now, when you come over to this place, like when you finish creating your project, you see that you have your tags, you have sections. So sections is kind of the broader, umbrella where you can add your tags, depending on what you want to achieve. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do that. I can rename all these things, and these are just the defaults, the way it is whenever you create a new project. Let's just say maybe you want to create a content calendar for a business owner that sells female clothes, right? Just select it, like double tap it to be able to, edit it. So I'm just going to delete this, and then I'll write it as, let's say, ideas. I just say ideas to review. Just leave it like this. Then instead of this in progress, I can say ideas to create. I can say to edit. After creating it, you just move it to this to edit section, right? Okay, like I said, scheduled here, and then the next one will not be published. So if I have published it already, I'll just move it to this publish section. So let's now go back again. So under tags now, you can now add your tags. So basically what I usually do is that my tags will just be the name of the content I want to create, like the topic of the content I want to create. That's what I use as my tags, right? The name of my tag is just that topic I want to create. So remember that we are using, female clothing business as a sample business, right? So I can say top 5 corporate gowns ideas. Now, if you have somebody you are working with, you can assign it to somebody. That is, if you have somebody you are working with, just click on this assignee and then assign it to the person. But then before you can be able to assign a tag to somebody, you must have added the person into your Asana, platform, right? Then you can now select the dates you want to publish your content. So you can select the due date. Let me just select this date, just for an example. So let's say maybe this particular one is for Instagram Reels. You want to color code it with, let's say, purple color, right? For all your Instagram Reels. And then before I continue, I forgot to tell you this. You can actually select a particular color for your project, right? Look at, if you select this place here, you can select either icon or you can select color. So let's continue with this one. So now you can select the date. So I've selected the date, right? You can decide to tap on this X icon here to remove it and put another date. That is just it. And then we now come over here under actions, right? Under actions, you now select it because you want to like color code it. Maybe you want all your Instagram Reels to have a particular color code. Let's say you want it to be red in color. Then you want all your single posts or your photos to be blue in color, like you want to color code it. That's what I'm going to show you how to do right now. So you just select on these 3 dots here, then scroll down to add tags. So under tags, you can now select the tag you want to use. These are my different tags. So let me just say Instagram Reels. Instagram Reels. So you now click on create tag for Instagram Reels, and then you now select the particular color you want. So for this particular, video, let me just select this green as my color code for all the Instagram Reels posts here. This is your description. You can add everything you want to add about the post here. For me now, for instance, my YouTube videos, I add my video scripts here, I add my tags, my descriptions, every single thing is here. So for your Instagram, for example, since we are creating for Instagram, you just add your Instagram caption. So you can just add Instagram caption, right? Now put it here, and then you have, what are the things you need on Instagram? Hashtags. So hashtags. What other things do you need here? If you want to use Reels, so you need to edit your videos, right? So you can get links from different Instagram Reels, like you want to get inspiration from. So you can put links here, and then which other thing do you need on Instagram? I think nothing else, right? So we're going to leave it like this. So just put in whatever you think you need for you to be able to create that content. That's what you put here under description. Every other thing you need here. For me that is doing YouTube, I usually put I told you before, my description, my video scripts, my tags, and every other thing here, right? Even the content I use to promote the video, I put everything here. So that is basically it for this description section. Now you can add your subtags. Subtags is basically all your to-do list for you to be able to come up with that content. That's what subtags is all about, your to-do list that will guide you so you can be able to stay on focus, right? So just click on add subtags. It can be, shoot video for the reel, shoot the video for the reel, right? Then you can add another subtag. It can be write your caption, and then the next one, you can be, like I told you before, get hashtags, like put tags that will help you, that that's what you need to do for you to be able to come up with this particular post. You can be schedule it. So that's just it. And that just, so as you are doing it, you're just selecting. You can even assign somebody to read too, right? You can assign it to somebody. You can even assign a due date to read. And that's why it's very important. You can add a comment. Maybe you want somebody to do something. You can just add the comment here. Just select it and be able to add the comment. You'll be able to add the comment here, right? So let's say maybe you've actually finished shooting the video for your reels. You just select here to check it. That shows that you've completed this particular one. And then if you've written your caption, you just check it. Like, it helps you to stay focused. The simple thing it helps you to do, to stay focused. So that is basically what subtags helps you to achieve. It helps you to stay focused. So let me just uncheck it. So this is basically how you create your content calendar using this particular project management tool. This is for the first one. You can see that they're telling you here the subtags is 4 in number, and then the due date for you to be able to complete this task is on Friday because of the dates here, which is what, look at it, 24th is what I selected. So that is basically it. So now you can continue to add more tags. Now the next thing I want you to do is this, to make work easier for you. The best thing is for you to have a template for each of them. What I do is I just, add section and write a template. I create a new section. Then you can drag and drop it. You can move each section. You can move each tags. So just drag and hold and then move it. I'll move it to the beginning, right? After moving to the beginning, I will now create each tags for different templates. I can write these tags now. I can say reels. So I'll just know that is templates for reels. So anytime I want to create, Instagram reels, I'll just simply use this template. But let me now show you what I mean by templates. So if I want to be using this particular template for Instagram reels, what I'm going to just simply do is that I'll just get all these ideas from here. You know that we wanted to use create this particular top 5 corporate gowns ideas for Instagram reels, right? So I'll just come here and copy. In fact, let me just duplicate it. So let me just duplicate it and show you what I mean. So select these 3 dots on each of the tags and then click on duplicate tags. Then click on duplicate. Now, I've been able to duplicate the tags, right? I will just simply carry it. I'll carry these tags now to the template section and edit it so it can be a template for me. So let me just carry it here. Then I'll open it and then I'll simply just rename it as Reels. Instagram Reels. So let me now remove this one. So now what it actually means is this, that anytime I want to create Instagram Reels, instead of me to start from the beginning, look at this place here. Instead of me to start from the beginning and start putting in, Instagram caption, hashtags, links, and all the subtags that are here, right? Instead of me to start from the beginning and start doing them one by one, what I'll basically do is for me to just simply duplicate my templates. So if I want to create Instagram Reels, I'll just duplicate the template, right? Just select these 3 dots here, come over here, hover your mouse on it, select the 3 dots, click on duplicate tags, and then click on create new tags, and you'll be able to duplicate the tags. So what I'm simply going to do is for you to just carry it. You can move it around, just hover your mouse on it and then left click and then move it around, drag it with your mouse, move it around to be able to put it in another column, right? Another section. So you just tap on it now. Remember, it's a duplicate. I will just simply come over here and then put in the Instagram reel idea I want to create. So let's say maybe I wanted to create another Instagram reels. Let's say maybe how to wash your Ankara fabric so it will not fade. Maybe it's another Instagram reels I wanted to create, right? So this is just it. I will just simply change the title, which is now the title of my Instagram reels, right? And that's just it. And if you still scroll down, you see every single thing is here. The subtext is here, the hashtag. So I will just simply come over here and then start putting everything. As you can see now, everything is here already because it's what? A duplicate of that's my template. So look at it here. All the subtext are here. Instagram caption is here. Hashtag is here, links is here. I only changed my topic, which is the topic of the Instagram reels I wanted to create, right? And then I will just simply come over here, right? And then I will just start typing in my Instagram caption. I'll put my Instagram caption here, then put in my hashtags. Do you understand my point? So instead of me to start from the beginning again and start creating everything from scratch, I will just simply go over to my templates, duplicate my templates, right? Duplicate my template and then simply use it. Change the title and use it. But if I should just click on add tags here and start creating a new tags, you'll see that nothing is there. I'll start from the beginning and start writing every single thing again, and it will take me time. Do you understand my point? So let me just show you what I mean. So if I should just click on add new tags here now, then I'll now put the title of my tag, which is the topic of the content I want to create. That's what I usually put at the title of my tags. So I'll just type it. Let's say I wanted to sell the product. Let me just say best Ankara fabric, right? So this is just an example content, right? So now I'll open it. You see, when I open this place, you see everything is just blank. Look at it. Every single thing is blank. I will have to start adding every single thing from the beginning, which will take me a lot of time. Having a template, it just makes life easier for you, right? So you don't have to start everything again, all over again. Do you understand? So I'm going to delete this one. Now, let me just add a few more things so I can just show you, how it will appear under, the calendar view. So let me just duplicate these tags. Let me duplicate it. I'll push it here. I'll move it to this place. Let me duplicate this one. And then I'll move it again to this place. I'll move it again to this place. Do you understand? Let me say I want this one to be Instagram carousel. So I'll use another color code. Instagram carousel. Right? Create tag. Let me use this color code. Let me use yellow as my color code, right? And then if I should now check this one, maybe I want this one to be Instagram stories. So I'll remove this and then I'll select this place, add tags, and then I'll type Instagram stories. Then create Instagram stories, and then I'll use this particular one. Let me use this color, right? These are different color codes. Then make sure you assign a due date. Very, very important. Assign a due date. The date you want that your particular task to be completed, assign that date. So when you go to the calendar view, you'll be able to see it there. So that when you go to your calendar view, you just see how it is. So you see everything here, like the overview of all the things you want to achieve within that time period. You can see that the topic is here, right? The color code, which shows me that, I've used green as my color code for Instagram Reels. I use this one for, ideas, like carousel ideas. I use this one for Instagram carousels. I use this one for single posts. So once I just look at it, the color code will show me exactly what I wanted to create with that particular content, right? So that is basically how you create your content calendar using Asana. And as you can see, it's very, very easy to do. You can look at this place, look at my own different projects that are here. I'm using all of them and they are properly titled and all that. So you can use this project management tool to make your life very much easier, like to become more productive, because when you organize everything, it will be very much easier for you to create content consistently without burnout, because you actually organize everything just for you to just take action, since you already know what to do at each particular point in time. If you found this video helpful, you might consider clicking on the screen right now to watch this next video where I showed you how to come up with a solid content strategy for your business. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel, then enable your notifications so you don't miss out on any video I post on this channel. See you next time. Bye.